and so I want to do a bit of a live build. So as you can see, there's nothing in the sideboard or in the deck, and I want to play with Charix, and I want to understand sort of a bit more about Charix and what we can do to make it an effective card to use in Standard. And we know the power level in Standard is actually a lot higher. There are some obvious things you could do with Charix that I don't want to do. So an obvious thing you could do with Charix is you can use it as a blocker. You could say, okay, well look, I'm going to do something flavorful for crabs. I'm going to do something flavorful with crabs. I've got a ruined crab here, which has landfall, and I'm going to play Charix, and I'm going to use ruined crab to mill them out, and we'll use Charix to provide some defense to that, and some people would give yourself a round of applause for that. We also have a control delay strategy, so delay, defend your Charix. When you've got enough lands, charge them in the face. And I expect that will be part of a strategy that I'll probably deploy. I don't think it's the optimum strategy for Charix. There, of course, if you mix the blue with red, that then gives you access to Fling, which is sort of a good thing to do to play Charix, make it big with islands, and then kill it and throw its damage into somebody's face. That's a thing too. But I don't want to do that either. So I'm trying to figure out sort of what I'm going to do with Charix in Standard to make it interesting as a deck. And but the one thing I do think I know is that I want it to be a control strategy, because, and I want to be mono blue. I want to be mono blue, and I want to have some sort of control strategy. And the funny thing is there are a couple of cards which sort of lend themselves to a control style of gameplay, even though people don't look at them as control cards, that I've had a lot of fun with building with. And one of those cards is I'm going to seize, because obviously you need to draw 8 times before you can use it. And the funny thing is that because this is a sea creature and this is a sea creature, you create sea creatures, there's a lot of flavour of them going together. So I think I want this in to my control build in some way. So I'm going to hold this in. And the other card that I think is really quite interesting is we've got all these shocks. And you almost think, well, if you're going to have a sort of we've got the Voracious Shock, which is a really good counter, and you've got your Shock Typhoon, which is a draw plus create an XX creature, and then you've got your Bouncing Shock, which creates sort of really good bounce effects. So these are all good creatures. So I like the idea of shocks, but that's not what I wanted to focus on. We've got our Octopus as well in the sea creature world. We've got our Sea Dasher, which is our favourite draw engine. Hold on, maybe it's a Kraken. We've got, yes, the Nadir Kraken, which is something that grows over time. And I kind of like this too, because there's something that's really synergistic between these two. And both of them create Krakens, but there's something really synergistic between these two. So I think I want to play this as well. So really, in reality, I'm starting to see something that might be a bit more mid-range. rather than a straight up. Because this is going to be proactive. If I've got this on turn 3, this is more proactive than a typical type of deck. It's not purely controlled, is it? We're going to play our Great Shark because it's very flavorful. I feel like we need to have it. So we're going to put 2 in for now. And we like our pouncing Shore Shark, so we're going to put 2 in for now. And we like our Shark type here, so we're going to put 1 of those in for now. This is just for now, whilst we're tuning our deck. Now we've got a lot of creatures but no control at the moment. We have a lot of creatures but no control. Which is a bit of a worry, isn't it? So, so what do we want? Let's think this through. We've got a lot of creatures coming from the air, don't we? We've got a lot of creatures coming from the air. So we've got a little bit of a sea creature theme going on here so far. And the question is sort of how will we make this all work together? We need some draw to make Ominous Seas sort of work. And the funny thing is that there are other cards that I really like using that I don't see a lot of play in standard, even though I think they're standard good enough. So one of those is Meadow My Prophecy. The Squire 2. Squire 2 draw 2. Really good effect. So I'm going to put one of those in there for now, because I think that will help me boost my Ominous Seas. And we know that Thirst is going to be a feature of a deck that plays this. And then the question really is, we don't want to collapse too many themes into this, but Teferi, I think, is definitely going to be a part of this as well, isn't it? To help us draw through. And I mean Aegis Insight here. So we're going to put one of these in for now. I know we're probably thinking Master of Time is going to play a role, but we're not sure yet. Now we've got our Great Shark in here at turn 5 to offer us a bit of a counter. Don't we? So these are the sort of cards we're kind of interested in, and this is going to go to my sort of deck building approach here. This is not a deck. All this is these are the cards I'm kind of interested in playing today. I definitely want to play Charix. I definitely want to play an Ominous Seas, and I definitely want to play the Nadir Cracker. So how can I support these cards in standard and not get run over? So this is the point where we start thinking about what's out there. So we know Stompy and Graw are creature-based strategies. So you're probably thinking, in essence, Scatter is going to be important to sort of keep me alive. Let's put 3 of those in there for now. It may end up being more, but we don't know. We know that rogues are out there. Rogues playing blue-black, which is good, because it means that in addition to having yes, the Scatter, we can also play our other counter, which goes down to 1. The name of it escapes me for a second. It'll come back to me in a minute. Mystical Dispute. So we're going to put 3 of those in here. And also, because of all of these mill strategies which are out there, people have been running some midnight clocks to stop the mill from beating them up. So at the moment we're running 3, 6, 7, 8 counters. So we're starting to look like a control deck. We're starting to look a bit like a control deck. But our problem is what happens to those really aggressive red decks that play on turn 1 and then play on turn 2? What is my solution to those? I don't know is the answer. Because if I wanted something that makes my thirst mean something, I'm looking for an enchantment, aren't I? And if I'm looking for an enchantment, bubble. At turn 1, it's a basic. Kicker, it means it never untaps ever again. So if I play on turn 4, it has value on turn 1 and turn 4. And that gives me some time to look for my Krakens, which will offer the real defense. Let's put one of these in for now. But then the funny thing is that, so what stops them just from zapping it with a shock? So they can't zap it with a shock, but we know that more aggressive deck will be running with the 3- removal. So we might need to give that hexproof too. And then you start to see, okay, well, look, you've got a shell shield in here, don't you? Which costs 2 to give something hexproof. We've got Starlit Mantle, which gives it 1/1 and hexproof for a turn. So both of these do the same effect really for 2, only you get a 1/1 with this. You've got Glint, which is a standard. But then, you know, having access to the kicker gives us access to all sorts of other things as well, all interesting things. But this is our strategy. But then, so let's think this through. So they play something on turn 1, they play something on turn 2. They play turn 1 or 0/1 that with prowess, no landfall. So that on 2/3 they're going to be a 2/3 unless they've got a fetch land. Bubble Snap buys time, Essence Scatter buys time. So I think we're in the Bubble Snare Essence Scatter world rather than the Starlit Mantle world. And also Bubble Snare is something we can actually plan through with the Medamai. Mystical Disputes we've got the First for Meanings. We've got the Pouncing to Bounce. Yeah. So I think we're looking too far. I think we've got a core deck in our hand. We just have to figure out all the solutions we have, all we need are here. All day. Let's not try to do too much. So this is where we start to peel back. So this is a legendary, so 4 of is too much. So I'm going to play 3 of, even though we want to play this. Nothing else is a legendary, so we're not going to worry too much about it. So we've got Mystical Dispute. We've got our first, which is our draw engine. So this needs to be a 4 of. This is going to help us draw whenever we need to. We've got Medamai, which can be a 2 of to help us get through our deck. We're going to have Vantress in here anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I think Bubble Snare has to be a 4 of as well, and then it starts to get a bit tight here. We've got Charix. Once Charix is out, mono red is going to have a problem. And then we've got a bounce effect, and we've got a counter here, a hard counter. The question is whether we have 1 or 2 sharp typhoons. I think we get 2, don't we? No, I think it's actually keeping out 1 is fine. You have to bear in mind that the race of Great Stark is a 5/4, which is a big thing anyway. The only thing is this is a cycling effect. so this can't be touched by anything else. We've got an ageless insight here. We don't have anything to stop me from overdrawing. There's no Merfolk in here or anything like that, so keeping it at a reasonable amount is good. We've got Mystical Dispute, so that's okay. So the exam question here is, is this enough? Is one enough? I don't know. Quite interesting the way this is shaped out. I'm going to say 4. I'm going to see, so I can have 4 essence scatters. I think 24 lands is about right. I think it's about right. Okay, so this is quite. I think this is quite a tight list. We're going to take this for a spin. I mean, the only way to find out if it's any good is to take it for a spin. I don't know what card back. Let's put some sharks on the back of there. Let's put our voracious straight shark on here, even though it's a Charix deck. So it's mono blue mid range. Why is it mono blue? Why is it mid range deck? Why do I say it's a mid range deck? It's a mid range deck because what? How do I win this game? So, to answer the question, how do I win the game, or how do I hope to win the game? I hope to win the game in one of 3 ways. The first way I hope to win the game is to get an idea that you can't control. Go up, go wide, and then you can't deal with it. And I've got sort of Essence Scatter, Mystical Disputes, and Bubble to support that. My plan B is my Ominous Seas. I've got First for Meaning to help me accelerate that, with the Theory Ageless Insight also to help accelerate that. And then I've got my third method, if I go long, which is to have a Charix with a lot of lands, islands pumped into it, and then just smash them in the face. They're my 3 methods of trying to win this game. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if it works. I'm not hopeful. It's very rare that the first build works, but we'll see. What we're going to do though is we're going to do a couple of So the MVP right now is Crawling Baron. If you haven't crafted one, use your wild card, get a set of 4. Because especially for these sort of strategies where the aim, it's a mono deck, but the aim really is to go long. When you're going 1 for 1 on cards, having a Crawling Baron that you can pump extra mana into is a priceless thing. So do go draft, get yourself a copy. It's really important. So let's hop in. See how this goes. Whoops. Let us see how this goes. So we're gonna start off the fun in best of 1 before we take on the road in best of 3. Well, we're just experimenting at the moment, so we're just trying to understand how these cards all work together, what our sample hands will come out like, and so forth and so on. I also need to change my avatar because I don't think our lady there is important. So we've got Essence set stop on turn 3, we've got an idea press. So we've got something for the early game, and we've got this to come down on 4. This is a great hand, so we'll keep this. Okay. So we're not really concerned about Arch Vessel. We might be a bit more concerned about Charix, but we're not going to panic quite yet. Got a Pouncing Grey Shark, excellent. So now we want to stop their third creature. They want to go 1, 2, 3, but they're looking to run me over. It's fine. Okay, they had nothing. So our play here is to play the Kraken. I expect they may have our favourite one-shot removal with their hand. We're going to play the Kraken all the same. That means they can only play a 2-drop. Okay, Kraken. Okay, they didn't send it, so they don't have any way of defending it so far. That's fine. Okay, we can't afford to pay because we need to play the Vantress, and then we're playing the Charix, and then you now have to find a new strategy. And then what we want to do is we want to use the Great Shark to remove something. Cool, that's fine. We're not going to send it to the graveyard because we don't want to give you a flyer. I have no answer to your flyer. Okay, now we can play. I'm going to play this. 3, 4. We've got a 4 in hand, so we can bounce something. So we're going to keep calm. There is no need to panic whatsoever. I've got a counter. I've got a bounce effect. So far, I've liked the frequency with which the lands have come, and when I look at my hand now, this is just the sort of hand I wanted into the mid game. And I've managed to stop a very aggressive Charix, play card turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 type deck, which is fine. I expect he should have some removal in here by now. He doesn't. I'm going to just get rid of that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to the Pouncing Grey Shark and get rid of the 5/5 if he tries to bring this back. I'm going to pay the 1. I'm going to pay to do that. And now we're going to, there's no need for us to attack, we're just going to be patient. He's got the second one of those, that's fine. Do I want to counter it? Yeah, I don't think I do want him to. I don't want him to be making 2 a turn, so that's fine. Okay, where's he going to put it? Puts it there, that's fine. I don't think he's going to attack, because I'm not sure he wants to trade. No, he doesn't. So we're going to pay 1, go wide. Okay, we've got an enchantment, bubble snare here. But we're going to hold on, we don't know what's behind here. We have no clue what's behind here, so we're going to hold on. Yeah. No, we're going to hold on to that. I'm going to see what he's got. He's an aggressive deck, so he's going to want to punch me in the face. So he'll be running out of fuel sometime soon. So we're not going to panic. There's no need to panic. I can't get through, so it's fine. Okay, he's going to move on. Okay. We're going to let him play. He played on the seconds. So maybe on his end step I can bounce it. Or maybe I don't bounce it. Maybe that's my bubble snare target. Yeah, let's resolve it. So it's got protection from demons and dragons. I don't have any of those. That could be my bubble snare target, couldn't it? So let's auto pay 1. We don't want this airborne stuff getting going, so let's just kill this. And that's the end of that. And we'll leave that there. Unfortunately, I have no defense for anything now. He's thinking about where to send it. That's fine, that's not getting through, that will get killed. Okay, so auto pay 1. Okay. So there's something about flipping this back, isn't there? I think we flip it back. Because I think if we flip it back, and make him have to start that again, then I can start to put him under pressure with this, can't I? Yeah. You can bring it back if you want. Okay, so that's the removal we had in hand. We do not have some. He brings that back out. Cool. Okay, so yeah, what's the point? Okay, so what do we want to do? I think he's running out of resources, so I think we just have to be patient. That's my general view. So we'll leave that there. No, we're not going to send that. He'll be feeling good about himself, but we're going to lock that down. Excellent. So we can do that. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Do something else. Okay, so I actually think now is the time to bubble snare his thing. Because then we can start to put some of these other things under pressure. That's my view. So if we send this in, and this in, we can have a look. He's on the ground, so it's cool. Cool, we've got the bubble snare for you, so I'm not worried about you. He's looking around. You can't send any of those, you know this, I know this. Okay, so now we can have a go and have a look. See what we have here. Yeah, we could get rid of that. The bubble snare. Cool. If he sends anything, we kill him. Yeah. So. And then we can play that. And we're going to hold that thought. I think we can send both of them. You know and I know you won't get there. So that's a problem. We need a counter. We don't want that to land, so we have to go searching for one. So that gets to go, that gets to go. Okay, we need to find a bounce effect. Play one, play one, play one. Okay. Yeah, so we've got something in, he's got something in the game now that keeps him alive for a bit. Okay. Play one. We get the Charix down. And we get the lands down. And then we hold that thought. I think we have to threaten him, don't we? With this. In fact, we have to threaten him with all of them, don't we? Because even if he gains, he'll gain the 6 from anything else. I think we hold the other 2, but we threaten him with this. You can let it hit, I guess. But I want him to offer up something. Nothing? Didn't think so. Okay. So he will know if I can defend the damage, I can kill him because I can go wide at him. Oh, not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Ugh. He's gonna go there. Okay, we are now officially in the ending game. Okay, so no, neither of those two are useful. We're gonna hold that. We're gonna put a stop on the opening step. It's gonna hit me for 8, so he's gonna get to 10. Can't do nothing about that. We're gonna have another look. Resolve. Shark Typhoon is not what we're looking for. This is not what we're looking for. Shark Typhoon. No, it's not what we're looking for. It won't help us. Hold on, view the battlefield. What do I have on board? He's got 10. But he's got this. I need something to remove that. So, Shark Typhoon just doesn't do it. Okay. Draw. What do we have? Cinder Barons doesn't help. We're gonna pay. Okay, let's go to the main phase. We have to send the house. So we send the house. See what happens. Rock. 9. Yeah, he lives to fight another day. Good game. Yeah. So, we played out the game. What do I think? I think we had a really hard time with airborne threats. And when it came down to it, bubble was the only thing we had to stop them from sort of pursuing their agenda. I'm not sure if that's just because it was a cleric's deck, a cleric's airborne deck. I think in terms of what I had in hand, I had some good things, I got some good solutions. It was a bit disappointing not to draw an ominously and to draw 2 midnight clocks. I think it's worth another go. It's not worth giving up on quite yet. But in terms of sort of how it fared against quite an aggressive Git deck, it slowed them down significantly enough for me to get into the mid game and get my game going. I think I was sort of hampered somewhat by the cleric giving him 1 life, so it took him too far away. So we'll hold on to this. I've got early game sort of slow down cards, so that's fine. And if I get to turn 3, I can refresh my hand. Okay, so turn 2. Okay. So turn 3, we want to thirst for meaning on their turn. That's what our intent is. So they're playing Is It. The question is, are they playing one of those Is It super hyper aggressive decks? Yes, is the simple answer to that question. I'm going to play the Midnight Clock. Bearing in mind they're not playing any activity, our aim is to see if we can get Aegis out on turn 4 and then first removal on turn 5 and draw double cards. Well, they can counter that. They let it go down. Wow. Are they an adventure deck of some kind? Yeah, with bounce effects. They could do. So we've got Bubble that can really kill something that they play. Okay. So we're going to skip because really we want to do the first meeting on their turn. Unless of course they play something flashed out on my turn. Cool. Yeah, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of an island as well. Cool. So Terra, not good. Don't have any way to stop that. We've got the Pouncing Shark, but we need to get something out to help me pounce it. We're going to pass. And we're going to see what we get. Okay, so we've got a clear board. So we have to do the right thing. And the right thing is to play the Kraken and to play the Ominous Seas and we're going to hold that. We're going to hold it open. We've got 7. He's going to have something in his hand that he might be able to potentially kill my Kraken. We're going to see if he does. He's got a 3 in hand, so I suggest he might do, but he might have enough to go to face. He's got 5 in hand. He only needs 13. So anything with 5 power, he does 5 to the face plus 5, does 10 in a turn. Surely he goes to face. He doesn't now got a Pouncing Shark in hand. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, he plays the land. So this is looking really difficult now. I don't have anything to play my Pouncing Shark on. I only need 4 to play my Pouncing Shark. So I need a 3-drop creature that can help me. A 4-drop creature. So this might help actually. It may help. So we're going to play our Ventress. We're going to play our Charix. Mystical Dispute isn't good enough. And I can hold fire. I can hold fire. Okay, so he's got nothing there. So what we can do now, we can put it underneath and bounce that way. Okay. He doesn't have enough to play something and play something else, so that's good. Phew. And if he bounces it, he doesn't get to play the terror back again. So I think that's an overall good play in slowing him down. But I have only slowed him down. I need a counter to save my life. I've got Krakens arriving, but not yet. So don't fear too much. If Kraken's arriving. These games have been actually quite tense. I'm actually surprised. This is only these are the sorts of games I expect to play at Mythic. I'm playing a game like this sort of that diamond is actually not even diamond. Platinum is actually quite funny. Okay, so I've got another one. What we want to actually do is we want to see if we can first with the main phase first. Yeah, and we can get rid of the ominous seas. Okay, and then we can open that up. And hold on 3. So we want to do it then, isn't it? So we're going to hold that just a second. No, we're not going to attack it. We could attack. I've got 3, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8. It's not threatening lethal or anything, so it's not worth it. Then we're going to end. Now on his main, before his draw step, so his stop is there. We want to flash this out. Resolve. We want to put this underneath. Yeah, underneath. And we're sending this away again. Sorry, dude. You can't have that. No, you can't flash it. No, this is your draw step. Play an instant. You can kill it. Okay. Well, there you go. Fine. So now my bubble just twists the cap on one of these, and then I've got access to face. Unless he's got another creature to play. And I'm drawing a whole new 7. One, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 if he wants to kill it. But he can only kill it at sorcery speed. Okay, he plays it. Okay. So, we draw, kill. Cool. So, we're going to create another one of these. Okay, so, what do we want to do? We've got one bubble snare, we've got two bubble snares, so we can do it. So we're just going to take some damage in doing it, but we're just going to tap you, resolve. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Did I do it the wrong way? I did it the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. Okay. Okay. Oh, how annoying is that? Okay. So it's we're gonna do this one the right way. Resolve. And that's gonna, oh Christ, okay. He has to do it with it anyway. Oh, I so messed it up. I'm embarrassed. Oh my goodness gracious me. How embarrassing. He's counting my lands, oh my goodness. You have to block it. Okay, so we have to do that. So I messed that up completely, but it's okay. Discard 5 cards. Ugh. So, Omnises 1, Omnises 2, Medamai 3, land 4, 5. Ugh. What a mistake, but hey ho. And if he's got another fling, he can do it anyway. If he's got another kazoo. Ugh. Such poor choices. Such poor life choices. Oh my goodness. How to mess up a lethal 101. Oh, he's got 5. There you go. But she wrote. To face. Don't be stupid. Yeah. Ah, good grief. Good grief, good grief, good grief. Well, that was stupid, wasn't it? Although I would have still died. Well, actually, I wouldn't have, because I would have had the counter open. Oh, Christ. Funny times. Absolutely hilarious times. Okay. Okay. So, let's go and have a look back at how the deck performed. So that was Terror Shenanigans. So the Ageless Insight was actually really quite useful. I don't know whether this is right as a 3 or should it be a 2, is the question. It needs to be a 3 for road decks, but I haven't met a road deck yet. And then there's Pouncing Great. I've got the Voracious as a 2, but it's too many. Do I need a cheaper counter spell? Would that be best placed into a Mystical Dispute? Is Mystical Dispute even the best thing? Because later on in the game, you do genuinely want to just counter, like but 5. I don't know. Land wasn't a problem, so that's not the issue. I don't know. Let's go. Let's run that back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. But that was fun. That was very hard gameplay for Platinum. Somebody who's desperate to climb. Very desperate to climb. But yeah, that was good. Also, that sort of showed the flexibility of the mutate mechanic. The mutate mechanic is so good because you put it under or over. It worked there because I was able to put them under the Krakens, which was really quite cool. One under the Kraken, one under the Leviathan. So this is cool to keep, yeah, even as a two-lander, because what I've got is I've got a Mystical Dispute in case he's a rogue deck, and I've got Bubble Snare, and I've got an Essence Scatter. So as far as things go, this is okay. We're going to hope now he's going to want to play a creature. Oh, Doom Foretold. Could very much be a Doom deck. Okay. Plan B. Okay, so this is too close, so we're going to keep with that, even though that's not quite what we need. These two might be. This feels like a Doom deck. Feels straight away like a Doom deck. Cycling, okay. Which one? Oh, we're going to play the Ominous. So we're going to hold the creature open just in case. Ominous Seeds is what we're going to hold in hand. We've got some mind options, so we're just going to hold it. We want the 2 cards. So he's going to gain the 2 life. We're going to want the 2 cards. Cultivate. Can't block it. So he's going to get his 2 lands. He's ramping away from me. I'm in big trouble. We just have to hope that he's Abzan. We want to hope he's going to try and finish me with creatures. That's the aim now, isn't it? Okay, we're going to hold that. Okay, we are going to get rid of Shark Typhoon. No. The second Medamine. And then we're going to hold that. It would have been actually good because it's congruent with the enchantments. Joanna, okay. We can hold on to that. We can hold on to that. We've got another. We've got a creature coming. Okay. So we can't do anything about him yet. So that's, we're not going to worry about that. First meaning, maybe. Yeah. First meaning. Okay, we can get rid of an enchantment card. We'll get rid of 1 Ominous Seeds. 2's too many. Okay, we can play our land. And turn. Okay, we don't need the Mystical Dispute. We'll hold on to the Essence Scatter. He is playing creatures, may become useful later. I haven't seen any enchantment removal yet, so we might be okay. So he's going to try and bring back an 11-11. Yeah, of course he is. Choose one, an 11-11 or a 7-7. Wonderful. Oh my god. Okay, very interesting deck. I need help. No, that doesn't help him. Okay. 5. Oh. He's looking to bring that back as well. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to stop this from coming back. Yeah, no more of that. Okay. And then we can play that. Okay. Phew! Okay. Bring something back from the graveyards. Oh my goodness, the grave abuse. Wow. Wow, 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 wee. Unbelievable. The grave abuse, well played. Just well played. Chapeau. You just need a good round of applause. Oh my goodness. So that cultivate was a bigger deal than I thought it was because it allowed him to ramp into Drana, and then Drana was able to do her crazy stuff. And also, it was a really good synergy he had between Drana and Cycling. Really good deck, really good fun. Got smashed in the face, but that's fine. Do I want something to stop grave abuse? Not yet. We're just going to take that as a fringe guy who's rolling out there with an interesting deck, looking to hunt people down. Because obviously, rogue decks play into Drana. But really good. Really, really, really good deck. That was a whole host of fun. Let me put my landing in. Playing water, dude. So, let's go again. Let's go again. You see, Charix would have helped me there, just manage the damage. And then I would have been able to go into a great shot. I could have forced him into doing other things. All of that went away because it just wasn't fast enough in the early game. But that bubble snare literally has to stay in my hand every turn one. Any turn one I have it, I have to keep it. Because it is the only defense from anything broken that's coming. So, we're looking to go into Midnight Clock. Because that will enable us to play Teferi, Aegis Insight. Okay. Cool. So, do I want to change my plan? No, I do not want to change my plan. Because I still want to be able to go into Aegis Insight. So we're going to relax. I'm just going to let him play whatever he's going to play. He's going to play a 4-drop. Obviously, if he plays a 4-drop, which I can't deal with, I can bubble snare it. So we're not going to panic. And we've got Charix in hand. He's playing green, white. So he's playing Selesnya, so that could be Selesnya tokens. Yeah, it could be. It looks like it. What do we want to do? We're going to hold off on we're going to play Charix. And the only reason we're going to do that is because we know that Kazandu with a fetch land is a lot of hassle. Okay, there's the fetch land. We knew it was coming. That becomes a 7/7, 8/9. Okay. What does he have in hand? Another snake. Okay. Yeah. I'm in big trouble already. But what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to play the Kraken. And the reason we're going to play the Kraken is the Kraken, we can't stop the Kazandu, but it stops him from playing Lotus Cobras in. He can't just come straight for face. And hopefully we'll get some defense next turn around. Oh my god. What sort of hands did he open up with? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's wild. Okay. 2 great sharks in hand. I think that's made my decision for me. That maybe it's like too much late game. Too much. I need something earlier on to stop them when they're the really aggressive decks in the format at the moment. So that is a good warning sign. That, you know, 2 great, one really clever, 2 too many. Okay. Maybe we go 4 on the Charix. We go 2 on the Midnight Clocks, and then 3 on the 4 on the Mystical Disputes. And then I feel a bit more comfortable. I feel like I've got a bit more defense to play. I know Charix is coming, and also Charix is something I don't mind discarding. I've got too many. I kind of like Short Shock. I would like to have another Short Shock in the deck. I also feel like I need something like so. The shell shield is really important, I think. It is my only way of keeping my Charix on the board. It really, really is. I've got Essence Scatter, I've got Midnight Clock. I just really need that. I do need to find a space for it. So we need those to bounce. One of those is more than enough. So we always end up with the three because we need the shell shield just to keep us alive. In fact, it's not shell shield. It's gonna have to be starting mantle, so that at least I can discard it if I play it first. We need these for the early game, so we can't get rid of the Krakens. Oh, such terrible choices. Choices. We need the hexproof. The hexproof is just essential, just to protect him from all the stuff they've got. The single creature removal that's out there. We need him in that clock. Let's see, oh, we're down to it again. We've got the hexproof, so maybe we could give him a bit of protection. We are now tinkering around the edges, but we're trying to find something good. Oh, tough times. We just needed a hexproof. We really did. Just to protect our creatures. We've had enough mana to protect the creatures, but we just haven't been able to. Yeah, we can keep this again. So we're looking to go Medamai into Ominous Seas. Okay, Azorius so far. So I think we're safe to go Medamai. He's got the blue, but we're going to go. Yeah. We need lands. Okay, so there you go. So we want the Ominous Seas, it's quite easy. We've got the Mystical Dispute to protect me when I try and play it. Unless he plays something crazy on this turn. And even if he does play something crazy on this turn, we're here for him. We're here. Yakumo Shinku, let's see what you've got. You might try and bounce it. But why would he waste it? I don't see the point of him trying to bounce it. I mean, is it really worth it? I don't think it's really worth it. So he's looking at it. Yeah, that's too good. That's too good. Sorry, dude. The opportunity to have you tapped out and to have my Wiki Way next turn. It's too much. Too much good stuff. Okay, so let's play our Ominous Seas. Okay. Okay. He's a Mildak. Blimey, well there you go. His true nature revealed. Okay, so. Okay. That's interesting. He's tapped out again. So we get another free turn. Okay, so keep hold of this. So what we want to do actually, we're going to play this. We want to threaten the board, right? at some stage. So we're going to hold on to this thought. We're going to take the first for meaning early. Yeah, like right now. I'm going to take the first for meaning. Thank you. I don't want you to build my stuff yet. It's a cycling card, yeah. I want to worry just a little bit about the pressure that's coming. Yep, cool. So what I want to do is I want to play the... So I want to play this card here. And we're going to do it like this. So we're going to attack with a 1. We've got this as flash and we've got this. So we're going to attack his board. We're just going to see what he's going to do. If he taps out now, my first for meaning is going down. Thank you. Okay, so we don't need that. He's got no creatures. Okay, cool. We so much as Sphinx is playing a creature, and now we've got an Essence Scatter. Cool. Cool. Massive trouble when he knows it. Okay, he's played the 3. So 2 8s should do this. Do you have a creature? Oh, he's looking at them. Okay, so creature 1 enchantment back to my hand. So he sends this back. Fine, we'll let that one go. We have another one. So it's flying 2. So we're going to put that one here. Give an answer for that. Cool, okay, so we're going to play this. We're going to smack him in the face. Got 27. Okay, not yet. We're going to play that. Cool. We're going to take the 3. And then we can get this back out. Cool. He's only got 2. Yes. Okay. Hold the thought. 2. Okay. That's 1 life. So let me think this through. 4. Let's attack first. This is a very difficult game because every turn he does X number of damage a turn. We're gonna leave it here. We are just gonna leave it here. We're gonna see if he's gonna play something. Okay, he's gonna do 2 cards, so 4 cards, 8 cards. It's really bad. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then he's gonna do the same again. 1, 2, 1, 2. These mill strategies, dude. That's fine. He's gonna take this away. He's gonna think he's safe, which is fine. He's looking to the bottom. Yep. Okay, let's just play this and flash. Okay, and we're gonna play that. Okay. We want to, do you know what? We want to, we need a counter. No, we don't have it there. Okay. So it's, has he got a draw? He's thinking about it. Okay, so that's 4. Yeah, you see, the thing is, and this is the problem, and it is a problem, mill currently is too efficient on standard. It's way too efficient. So mill is fast against, you could do it fast enough against control decks. You could run slow versions of mill which outvalue control decks. You can do it fast. You could do fast and aggressive mill, which will beat creature decks and will beat aggro decks. I mean, I've seen mill decks which are faster than Embercleave. It's mill is a problem, and I expect over time players are going to complain, and then eventually there'll be some bans to try and slow it down a bit. But there are just too many. It's not just that there is mill in there, and I've never been. I mean, I don't have a problem with mill. Bill, I don't have a problem with them making mill mainstream. There's no problems with that. But there's just so many different types. So that was a mill, no crab. So you got crab mill. You got fairy enchantment styled mill. You got every type of variety of mill. So even equipping yourself to be ready for it isn't sort of viable. You know, it just isn't viable. And that deck was so quick that, you know, the idea that I couldn't even be fast enough to get my midnight clock. It's not possible to get the midnight clock to 12. It's because it's too fast. The midnight clock can't get to 12. The mill decks in the meta are too fast for midnight clock. So, and even in his deck, he had stern dismissal, which was affected because I couldn't get to 8. I got as far as 6 for one of my C's before his stern dismissal was able to bounce it away. And all of the things that enable you to sort of fight these mill decks are just not available until later on in the game. So it's just Mill was a problem. It really is a problem, and I expect it will be a problem for a bit longer until people complain too much. It's just too many tools. It, it would be good if sort of the meta was fighting against sort of one mill deck, but you've got 5, 6, 7 standard ready viable mill decks that you might have to play against, or variants of mill decks that you have to play against. And you think, okay, well, I've got control over sort of the rogue type mill. Then there's the enchantment type mill. You've got gargoyles. You've got everything. So it's really, I mean, when I started the stream today, I didn't want to bring any negativity to the stream or complain about the meta, even though there remain some really serious problems with the meta. Mill, mill shouldn't be this efficient. And that's sort of because it encourages people to play sort of degenerate styles of play. And that's not helpful either. So sort of, what do I mean by degenerate style of play? And I think sort of that's a good place to start. So I can stop mill from working, but sort of in order to cure mill would mean playing sort of decks with piles of counters, or where it's a really unfun experience for anybody you might play against. And that's not really sort of what you should be aiming for in terms of the meta, especially this early on. This early on, what you're aiming for is you're aiming for a degree of interactivity to enable people to enjoy the gameplay. And you just can't get that degree of gameplay. So we're seeing if he's got a removal spell here, because then I want to clear the way for my Nadir Kraken. I think he's yeah. So that was the play to open up the space for this card. So now hopefully this card will be able to go wide. Yeah, that was the hope. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks from having to get to removal. But we're gonna hold this open. We're gonna see if he's gonna attack, and then I'm gonna use my shark to block him. He's not going to attack because you can see my Baron, which sucks a bit. But hey ho, we're gonna see. No, he's not good enough. So we're gonna kill this. Do you have anything? Okay, he's got that counter on here. Ugh. Okay, so I want to play this. I've got my mantle, which gives it hexproof, so that should mean that you won't be able to use some removal on it. So you might be able to keep it alive for a bit. Oh, what? How unlucky is that? It doesn't matter, we've got a bubble, so... Oh, no. Okay, so... Sorry dude, we're going to turn this off, which sucks. Yeah, sorry dude. No, we don't need to do it. We could do it in order, so we could wait. Yeah. We're gonna bring back. Okay, so we're gonna play the Ominous Seas. We don't see any Death Touch, so we're going to see how this works. But we don't see any Death Touch. Okay, cool. Okay. It's fine. Oh, of course. Of course, of course, of course, of course. So we're gonna draw that omnices. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play the omnices. Okay, cool. We're gonna play our island. Then we're gonna play the snare because we don't want that to come back. That can stay locked up, and we're gonna hold that thought. Under control. No, we're happy with that. Cool. Cool. Nothing. No. Okay, he's looking for a board wipe. Is the upshot of it. No, he doesn't have one there, so we can see what he's got. Excellent. So let's draw our deck. Cool. Discard an enchantment card. We don't need that one. Yeah, we don't need that one. Okay, so we've got to put a Kraken on. I think I could still stop him from playing that card, even. So we're going to play that. No, we're going to hold that thought, and we're going to end. There's the land. Yeah, so you've got nothing there. Okay. Yeah, so we can do that. Thank you. Card an enchantment card. Decline. We can just get rid of 2 lands. That's fine. Oh, just pay. Thank you. So we can do that. And we're gonna hold that thought. 6, yeah, we could want to pay. Okay, we're gonna play this. We're gonna put it under here. Okay, and then we need this. Okay. Yep. And that's what you call a wrap. That is what you call a wrap. Finally, blimey, that was hard work. Well, I'm going to take my winnings and run. I'll be back at the next one.